You hear bumps in the night. You smell something foul. But what if it's not a ghost? What if something darker lives in your home? Something ancient, inhuman. What if it doesn't just haunt you, it wants your soul? This isn't folklore. This isn't a movie. This is a true story. The story of a family who faced an evil so relentless, no priest, no prayer, and no exorcist could destroy it. Because this wasn't just a haunting. It was war, and they were never meant to win. West Pittston, Pennsylvania, 1973. Jack and Janet Smurl thought they'd found home. A modest duplex, a good neighborhood, a fresh start for a Catholic couple raising 4 daughters. Jack's parents would live next door. It felt safe, familiar. But the walls of that house were already whispering. At first, it was innocent. A foul stench in the bathroom, surely plumbing. Cold gusts of air, probably the old windows. Shadows flickering in corners, just tricks of the light. Light bulbs exploded without warning. TVs burst into flames, while unplugged. And Janet? She heard someone, her name, when no one else was home. This wasn't bad luck. This wasn't imagination. This was something in the house. And it wasn't alone. By 1985, the house stopped hiding. It no longer whispered. It roared. Jack Smurl was sexually assaulted in the night by a force he couldn't see more than once. Janet was thrown from her bed, pinned by ice-cold hands. Their daughters woke up screaming, scratched by invisible claws. Even their dog was lifted into the air and slammed against a wall. The air thickened like tar. The walls oozed with black sludge. Summer turned to winter inside the home. Temperatures dropping 30 degrees without warning. Neighbors heard crashes, dragging sounds, muffled screams when the house was empty. The church offered one answer: pray. Jack's reply: we did. It just laughed. With nowhere else to turn, the family contacted the only people who might understand: Ed and Lorraine Warren. The Warrens had seen evil. They faced Annabelle. They survived Amityville. But this house made Lorraine freeze the moment she stepped in. It wasn't one entity, she whispered. It was 4. One of them was inhuman, pure evil. Ed set up spiritual recordings. They captured growls in empty rooms, knocks in threes, mocking the Holy Trinity, and a voice that whispered, "Get out." This was no longer a haunting. This was a siege. When the church sent priests for a blessing, the attacks escalated. Jack was dragged from his bed by the throat. Janet, paralyzed, could only scream, One daughter claimed she saw a woman with red eyes floating above her. Then, darkness. The power went out. From the hallway came a roar, not of man, nor beast. Janet would later say, "We knew it wasn't just in the house anymore. It was inside us." Finally, after years of torment, the church approved an exorcism. For a moment, silence. The black sludge vanished. The air was clean. The light returned. Ed Warren thought it was over. But evil doesn't leave that easily. 3 months later, it came back, stronger, quieter, smarter, as if it had learned. In 1989, the Smurls left the house behind. But evil doesn't respect addresses. Other families who moved in, they too reported voices, shadows, and the same suffocating dread. The Warrens documented every moment. To this day, skeptics call it a hoax. But Jack and Janet never changed their story, never took money, never sought fame. Maybe I already did.